Hi, good morning. I'm here at George Colley Jr.'s house. Had the privilege to know George for quite a while, him and his dad. And George was one of our ushers and greeters in the back and stuff. And he's done some work at my house. He was in rock air conditioning. He's done some stuff for me in some of our rentals we have. And George and I got a little history. We worked in children's church together and different things. So today is at the movies, and today is 2012. And the underlining theme of all that is when things fall apart, when everything falls apart. And a couple years ago, George found out that things started falling apart a little bit in his life, and he came up and realized that he had Lou Gehrig's disease. And as I watched George progress and this disease start taking the things that he valued, his physical body, and first of all, I remember one of his arms just didn't have the feelings and the ability to do the things that he was able to do, and watched it. Just for the last month or two, I've had the privilege just come over and we're just hanging out a little bit. And this past Wednesday, I was in my office and I thought, you know, the theme is when everything falls apart. And I said, I want to get George on here to give a testimony. And, you know, George, you know, I have some questions, but I don't know if I even want to ask them because I don't know if they'll be the right things. Just how are you dealing with what's going on in your body with you and the Lord? What's going on?
No, it comes down to the fact that whatever state you find yourself in, you got to be content, as Paul put it. And I never seen myself go through what Paul went through. I mean, here's a great Christian man. He was shipwrecked a number of times. He was whipped within inches of his life, but he managed to be a testimony all his life, and he never complained about anything could ever happen to him. I mean, we have a lot of stuff that's hitting us. I mean, we're about ready to lose the house. They pretty much gave me 6 months to live, which in one sense is good, because in one aspect of my life, I'm very excited. I want to get to heaven. I want to finally see the rest of it. As a Christian, we get a glimpse. And we get to see inside. But the beauty that I've seen far out does this earth. And I've learned that no matter what's going on, this earth, for us Christians, is the only hell we'll ever endure. And I really feel sorry for the ones that don't have Jesus, because this lousy place is where their heaven is. We need a relationship with Jesus. He doesn't leave you. And I can tell you, even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you fear no evil, for his rod and his staff, they comfort you. And I can tell you, folks, that is so true.
It's a person who has a testimony, who's serving a living God. And I tell you what, I brought George today to bring us inspiration, insight. And when we go through some of the things we go through, we can think of this man. He will always be with us. We can think of him and go, you know what? God, what I'm going through, it might be hard. But you said the words, that he never would leave you. And he hasn't. Nor have you left him. And I think that's huge, George.
Yeah, it's been over 30 years. Since 1977, when I gave my heart to the Lord. I've seen him do miracles beyond anything that most people would even say was true. I've seen people get out of wheelchairs that I knew were sick, and I still know that God could heal me. Or He could raise me from the dead. I do not know what His plans are, but whatever they are, they're fine with me.
Fine with me. Thanks, church.